Hello everyone and welcome to week 4. In week 4 you're going to be looking at the same sort of tasks but again in a slightly different context because you have different ICANNs and different documents to work with. So week is all about this week's video rather is all about explaining some tips and tricks you can use to help you navigate those essential questions and answering them and preparing a response to them. So the week's first I can statement is I can explain the significance of major debates and compromise which form the American constitutional government. In particular, what did large states and small states feel about how representation should be determined in the legislative branch? What was the outcome? In other words, you're going to be looking at the Virginia plan, the New Jersey plan, and the Great Compromise. So you'd want to be able to describe those or find sources that can help you describe those. And for number 2, you're dealing with the northern states and southern states and their opinions about slavery or the Three-Fifths Compromise that you'll need to go ahead and find the two sides of as well as give me the outcome. And you'll also need to find out about Federalists and Anti-Federalists and how they felt about how the government should be structured and what compromise, if any, they came to there. Your second I can deals with identifying and explaining the fundamental values of America's constitutional republic: life, liberty, property, the common good, justice, and equality. So what I would do first is, when looking for things, I would first find a solid definition for each of these values. Second thing I would need to do is go back to and find some text of the Constitution to link to as a source to help me out with task 1. When task 2 comes around, you are looking for making your initial PB Works post. In order to do that, your writing for the first set of essential questions should be pretty straightforward. But again, because your second I can ask for textual evidence, you're going to need, again, to provide quotes from the Constitution that shows that those things are happening. So if you are looking for the idea that the Constitution or the American government promotes the common good, again, you need to find a quote from the Constitution that supports the idea. Same things for the ideals of justice and equality. Where in the Constitution did the Founding Fathers put that idea to make that happen? Task 3 follows the same format you've done in other weeks. You're going to look at the other links that classmates have found. Maybe they have different interpretations, and mark how those might change your thinking. And number 4, where you're looking at your current event, to link that back to your ICANNs, it might be appropriate to look at excuse me, how any of these principles are dealt with in the news today, if at all. You might want to also address anything that has come up in the news lately, maybe particularly with anti-federalists and the relationship between the state and central government. Even though modern people might not necessarily go by that name, there is still certainly disagreements about the size of government and the role that the central government should play that might prove interesting for your research. Task 5 again sees you doing the same thing, where you're looking at providing constructive criticism to each other, and that is that for the week. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me or see me during our in-class meetings, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you, and good luck with this week.